So now for our crispy chicken component, we are going to get cracking onto that. Now I'm going to show you two different ways of how to make your fried chicken. We are going to do some which are deep fried, but we're also going to do a baked variety for something a little bit lighter, a little bit healthier. And the ingredient that we're using to make our chicken today are these gorgeous oyster mushrooms. They're super juicy, and we're going to season them with our chicken seasoning that we made before. It's going to give them that beautiful chicken flavor and great texture. So in front of me, I have 3 bowls. We start off with our cornstarch, and then we're going to go in with a egg batter sort of replacement, and then into our breadcrumbs. So for our egg replacement, all it is some flour. We have some of that chicken seasoning that we made and a bit of baking powder. Now the baking powder is just going to make this a lot lighter. Just going to whisk those ingredients together and then just add our cold water. You can also make this gluten-free. You can use some gluten-free flour, or in the recipe it says you can use rice flour as well. And of course, just go ahead and use gluten-free breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to start off with doing the baked variety, or the one that's going to go into our air fryer. In my case, I'm using my convection oven because it does act like an air fryer. I can put the settings on, but you can, at home, if you have an air fryer, you can go ahead and use that. So I'm going to use half of these mushrooms to do that. So let's go through making one. I'm just going to toss it in our cornstarch. Just get it nice and coated. And I always like to keep one hand for dry and one hand for wet. And then into our egg replacement. And then into the breadcrumbs. I'm going to switch hands to my dry hand. Get it nicely coated, and then we're just going to shake off that excess. So now you're ready. You can either deep fry them, or as I mentioned before, I'm going to air fry these. And I've just got a tray. I put some baking paper, and if you have an air mat, you could use that, or if you're just doing it in your air fryer, you can just do a little bit of baking paper or all those little cases that you can put in. I'm just going to pop a little bit of oil spray, and then put our little chicken on there and continue on with the rest. Man can't have the deep fried chicken, so he's going to have the one that's in the oven. Okay, so I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of oil. You can use any kind of oil. This is just a vegetable oil mix. It's still considered really less oil than if it's deep fried. And because I'm giving this to Manuel, he needs something that's not deep fried after his surgery. So we're doing something a little bit healthier for our patient. I'm going to pop this into the oven now. I have it preheated at 200 degrees Celsius, so that's for your air fryer. In my case, I'm using my fancy oven. But yeah, we're going to get this in until it's nice and golden. So we first need to start off with just the same process again. So we're going to pop our mushroom into our cornstarch. Tap off that excess. Into our egg replacement, our egg kind of batter. And then into our breadcrumbs. I do have a saucepan here. I'm going to be frying. I'm just doing a small amount, so I've just popped it in my saucepan, and we want to heat this up to about 180 degrees Celsius. Do a test one. I'm just going to put one of the small ones in. Oh, it's frying nicely, so that looks good. Now we're just going to keep an eye on that temperature. So I just pulled my air fried chicken out. It does look nice and brown and crispy. I'm just going to leave it in the oven to keep it nice and warm while we're still frying the other lot. And I'd say we're frying these for about 5 minutes or so. And if you would like, you can add a little bit of extra chicken seasoning onto your chicken. Totally up to you.